Welcome back. You sent us questions via email, Twitter, and Facebook, so let's answer one. @HiMyNameIsHat says, how have day one patches and micro DLC changed gaming and how we expect games to release? Why do we put up with mediocre products at launch, and how have companies learned this, causing finished games to not necessarily be a priority? Day one patches, micro DLC, I really don't have a problem with that in particular. When games go into certification, when they go gold, and then eventually end up on store shelves or digital storefronts, it can take a while, so the studios can take that time, whether it's a couple months or what have you, to make further refinements, and I think that's where you see the day one patches. And some micro DLC, it can be good, but of course it's the studios and the publishers more often than not that abuse this system, that force certain dates so that these studios have to rush and that you get lesser products as a result. That, of course, is the problem. Of course, an example of that kind of abuse was what was reported for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, where supposedly the license for Tony Hawk was expiring for Activision, and so they were pushing to get it out the door, and so you had a really terrible game at launch that, like, okay, yeah, we could patch it later, and they did, but at what cost? At what hindered the brand and really damaged it going forward? So yeah, I think with micro DLC and day one patches, if they have time to work between when it's certified and then eventually released, yeah, put them to work, absolutely, do that. But when you say, why do we put up with a mediocre product, I think it really depends on what the consumer does with his or her money. Because you can make the biggest impact by choosing not to support a publisher, not support a studio when they're doing practices that you don't like, but some people can't help themselves because they may love the franchise or some other reason. How have companies learned this? Because they still make money regardless of the decisions that they make. If a few people just say, yeah, I won't buy this game, doesn't make that big of an impact. But let's say, for an example, Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed. People got burned so hard with Unity that even though Syndicate was a better game, more people than usual did not buy Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Sales dipped significantly. They spoke with their wallet, and Ubisoft's now noticed and say, hey, no new Assassin's Creed game this year. We're going to take it back and refine it further. That's how you speak with your wallet. Though a recent example of an unfinished game becoming the priority would be Street Fighter V for Capcom, where they want to get the game out in the hands of players so that they can practice before EVO 2016, get the game on a national stage. And you don't know if there were external pressures, maybe from Sony as an exclusive partner there, but that's an example of where they say, okay, we can leave out solo modes, we can leave out story mode and have that come in a free update later. It's a bit of a scummy practice, but it's on the player, the consumer, to vote with their wallet and decide what they want to actually purchase and how that affects these game companies when the company's wallet is hurt. Thank you for your question. We would love to receive more, so let us know through Twitter or through email.